Hello, everyone. So glad that you've joined us today. My name is Angie Height, and I welcome you to Nervous System Reboot. We're in day one of this pretty extraordinary online experience, and we're so glad that you're here and able to join it and go through it together with us. So today, our goal, our hope, is to introduce the nervous system, to awaken and understand the intelligence of the nervous system, and to, I might say, befriend it, right? To get to know it, and understand it a little bit better. And so, during this 30-minute guided meditation practice, we'll be walking through, what is the nervous system really doing, and how can we maybe tap into a bit of regulation within the nervous system. And that's a good opening for what you'll be going through today during our online experience together. So let's take a moment here to just kind of arrive into our space. And so I always like to do that with just a little bit of movement because, you may have been coming in from another room and sitting down. You may have some, thoughts going through your mind of what you were just doing. So I want to sort of shake all that off and arrive in the present moment together right now. So let's just take a minute and let's just do a little bit of shaking. I think that's a nice exercise. So if you take your hands and you just put them in front of you and you shake your wrists out, get a little bit of energy going through the hands. Palms can face toward you. And then you turn your palms forward, facing away. And then maybe you do the same with your feet. And I know you won't be able to see my feet, but trust me, I'm wiggling my feet, just kind of moving them around in circles, wiggling the toes, getting a little bit of movement there, getting in touch with the body. And then let's take our shoulders and we'll do some shoulder rolls. So just moving the shoulders forward, up, back, down. Rolling a little bit through the shoulders. Getting in touch with whatever's going on in there. Good. And then as we bring the shoulders to rest, let's let them rest down and away from the ears. And then let's just do some gentle head rolls. So we'll lean the head over to the right, move the chin forward to the chest, head to the left, and then back up straight. Let's do those a few times, nice and slow. You might feel some or hear some snap, crackle pops this morning. I certainly do. Good, and we'll go through the last one and then just bring your head back to neutral. Welcome to the present moment. So let's just allow your body now to sort of settle in. So whether you're sitting down, lying down, standing up, let the ground receive your weight. So sense the feet on the floor, your seat on your chair, whatever it is, sense those points and just allow the ground and the earth and your seat to support you. So, in this point, in this present moment, there's nothing to fix, nothing to achieve, and there's nowhere else that you need to be right now. If it feels comfortable for you, I'd invite you to gently close your eyes or soften your gaze if closing your eyes is not something that feels good for you today. You can just take a gentle downward gaze. And then if you're sitting, have a nice tall spine. So we're sitting with a very regal posture. The crown of the head is up towards the sky. The spine has a nice normal curvature to it, so we're not forcing into any sort of posture. We're just sitting comfortably. And if you're lying down, do what do what you need to do to really feel yourself in the moment. And then you can begin to notice your breath. So not changing it yet, just observing. Notice today where you feel the breath most clearly. Usually it's at the nostrils, as you can feel the temperature of the air coming into the nostrils, different than the temperature of the air leaving the nostrils. Or maybe you feel it most today in your chest. Maybe you feel your lungs rising and falling. Or maybe you feel it in your abdomen as you inhale and exhale. Just sensing into that breath. And then you can say to yourself, sort of quietly in your own mind, or speak it out loud if it feels good for you, in this moment, I am safe enough to pause. So in this moment, I am safe enough to pause. Just really allow that message to land. You're in a safe space and you can give yourself this time to pause, to connect. So thinking about the nervous system a little bit, your nervous system is something that has been protecting you your entire life. Its primary job is simple but profound. It's to sense. It senses safety, and then it creates a response. And it does this automatically without thinking, without words, without logic. It just does it for you. And at times, your nervous system can move you towards things like connection and openness and ease. And at other times, your nervous system prepares you for action or defense or withdrawal, right? And none of these are right or wrong necessarily. There are responses to the intelligence within your body that's been shaped by your history, your unique experiences, and your own biology. Take another moment now to notice, how does your body feel right now? And notice if you feel yourself starting to tell a story, this is how it should feel. This is what I think it feels like. But really try to feel into the actuality of the feelings within the body. How does it actually feel? And as we start to drop into these feelings, it's important to remember that we're not here to judge. We're not here to assign a story or a narrative. We're here to observe. This is what we're doing in the present moment. We're observing what's here now. Perhaps your body feels calm. Perhaps you feel sort of in a state of curiosity or openness. Maybe there's restlessness or heaviness or even, pain or numbness or something else entirely. So we're just learning to be with that. We're just learning to be aware of that. Like I said, each person is uniquely wired. We're shaped by the temperament that we have when we were born. We're shaped by the culture that we were raised in, by the relationships that we have, whether in the past or now, by our stress levels, our jobs, our work, our child rearing, the things that we do as we move through the world, and our resilience to meet those things. We're all different. And some nervous systems move kind of quickly. Others move a little more slowly. And some of them are like highly sensitive to sound or light or emotion, and others are, a little more steady, a little less reactive. And none of these are flaws or right or wrong. They're adaptations that your nervous system has developed. So we're just bringing awareness inward now. If you were observing, a friend, look inside and just ask yourself, how does my nervous system respond to the world? My own unique, nobody else is like this. What is my nervous system's response to my world? And this is an inquiry, it's not an evaluation. We're not assigning right or wrong. As you ask yourself this question, you may notice things come up. You may notice your heart rate speeds up. You may notice tightening, either in your chest or your shoulders or your hips or your hands. You may feel like you're, kind of bracing for something or pulling inward. Or maybe you're expanding outward. Just doing some inquiry, noticing, being with, and befriending how our unique nervous system tends to respond to our world. So we can approach this as a opportunity to befriend our nervous system, to be with our nervous system. And we're not going to try to override it. We're just going to try to be with what is. So again, let's bring our attention into the body. We're feeling where the body meets the chair or the floor or the bed or whatever it is that we're supported by. And then if it feels right now, begin to slightly lengthen your exhales. So we're not going to force, but we're going to allow the out breath to be a little slower and longer than the in breath. So breathe in and then breathe out. And allow that out breath to continue. So when the out breath is longer than the in breath, this is one way of communicating safety to your nervous system. If we were in danger, we would be breathing fast. We would be trying to gulp in as much oxygen as we could in order to meet it with whatever response we need to meet it with. But if we're exhaling, and if we're deeply allowing the breath to leave the body, that's a signal to our nervous system that we're okay. We're safe. And right now we're calm. So as we continue to breathe like this, inhaling and then noticeably exhaling for longer than you inhale. And I won't give you a count or some numbers because whatever's right for you is right for you. So as we breathe in this way, scan the body and notice, how does your jaw feel right now? Is it clenched or is it soft? Oftentimes we're holding so much tension and pressure in within our jaw, and we don't notice it until we bring some awareness to it. How about your shoulders? Are they lifted and scrunched up around your ears, or are they relaxed? What about the belly? Is it holding on to something? Is it tense or is it soft? And right now we're just noticing. And by noticing, you're already regulating because you can't change what you're not aware of. So we're noticing. And then if you encounter tension somewhere in your body, it's nice to offer your body thanks. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. That's what this tension is. That's what this tightness is. That's what this holding is. It's our nervous system's response to try to keep us safe, to try to keep us protected. Then you can allow the body to decide on its own time whether it wants to soften. Regulation of the nervous system is about creating conditions where the calm can emerge naturally. So giving ourselves the attention to open, to observe, to become curious. And then offering your body, offering your nervous system a steady rhythm, like this breath. Maybe it feels good to rock a little bit along with your breath, move a little bit when you breathe. Or maybe it feels good to put a hand over your heart or over your belly. So it's a simple gesture of presence. Feeling your body in this present moment safe and calm. And as you connect with the body, send it a gentle message and let it know, I am listening. I'm listening for the wisdom of the body. Notice if we start to strive, start to reach for something, start to tell ourselves stories. And as much as we can, just bring our attention back to the felt sense within the body. I'm listening, I'm open. Notice what becomes available to you. Perhaps you find that you have some more space, or maybe you've developed a little bit of clarity. Or maybe you notice a sense of activation within the body. And this presence, this peace, does not mean the absence of activation. It means having a choice on what to do with it and how to respond to it. Do we allow it to overtake us? Or do we befriend it? Do we work with it? Do we get to know it? And feel deeply into the body. You can feel the energy without needing to take any action. Just resting in this capacity to learn from yourself. You are your own best teacher. You're also your own best student. What is your body teaching you today? And remembering that what comes up is part of your lived experience. And the task today is to be with it. And allow the body to decide when to soften. And know that you can communicate calm to the body through the breath. So, in this inner knowing, this inner leadership, this inner awareness, we'll simply rest. Simply experience a moment of pure being. Noticing what you notice, and giving thanks for your body's protective mechanisms, for the safety that your own intelligent system provides. Imagine that you're able to move through your day with this kind of listening, this kind of deep knowing within the body. How might that make your experience of your days different? Maybe you can do something like taking a pause, just a breath before reacting. There's a saying that the difference between a reaction and a skillful response is one breath. In that breath, you become aware, you become connected, and you become in control. Maybe as you move through the day, you can, track your body's signals. Notice when you're starting to feel tightness or you're starting to feel anxiety show up as a quickened pulse or clenched fists or a clenched jaw, and adjust your pace when you need to. Maybe throughout the day you can check in with your breath between tasks. So take a moment to be intentional about pausing. If you have a free moment, or even if you don't, and you can create a free moment for yourself, take that time to just check in with your breath. How's my breath? Am I breathing shallow? Am I breathing quick? Maybe I can deepen and lengthen. How's my shoulders? Are they up around my ears? Maybe I can push them back and down. Maybe I'm driving in my car, or maybe I'm standing in the line and I'm feeling into my body and I say, oh, I'm feeling stress. I'm feeling tension. I'm feeling anxiety. How can I intelligently respond to that? Deepening the breath, tracing the body's signals, and maybe naming what you're feeling. Oh, that's showing up for me as anxious. I'm feeling anxious. That's showing up for me as worry. Before just pushing through, acknowledge it. And then in these ways, you learn to work with the nervous system, not against it. And this is how peace can become practical through your daily life. So as you begin to close today, maybe begin to gently sort of reorient yourself and notice the room around you. Open up your eyes, look around in your space, notice the temperature of the air. Really cold where I am today. Feeling that temperature. Maybe notice sounds. And then coming back to wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Doing any other kind of gentle movements, maybe a nice stretch. Maybe just taking one last full breath and silently acknowledging to yourself that I am learning to live in participation with my nervous system. Hmm. And I will return you to the rest of your day. I hope that you really have time to spend with these amazing sessions that we have today. We've got 7 expert speakers that are really going to go deep into teaching you how to be with your nervous system. What we had now is just a short taste of that, but we're going to go deep today with all of these teachers to really learn how to be with and regulate your own nervous system and understand what the nervous system is and what it does and why it does it. And don't forget that you have a summit workbook that is available to you. You can download that on your watch page there if you wish and sort of follow along with that summit workbook. And we'll go through what you've captured on the integration day at the end of the summit. And then also a reminder that at noon Eastern time today, we will have a live session So if you can join us then, we would love to have you. The expert faculty member is David Grand, PhD, and he's going to present a session called Healing Through the Neuroexperiential Lens. And so it's going to be a group experiential session of his technique called brain spotting. It's going to be super interesting. I hope you can join us for that. And I hope that you enjoyed today on the nervous system reboot. And we'll see you again at this time tomorrow for another meditation session. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.